ATG Railhead to Railhead back again with another review. This time for Godzilla Minus One. I was able to go see a fan screening of this movie, so I was able to see this early before the regular crowd. The fan screening is not like a press screening or anything like that. It's just like a special event, I guess, like that most movie theaters they just do to promote, to get you to see the movie a little bit earlier. So I was able to see the movie. Being a big, as you know, tokusatsu fan, kaiju fan, stuff like that. I was already, the trailers did show a lot, but like they showed just enough to get you into the movie. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to get out of this Godzilla film. If this was just going to be a flat out remake, or if this was going to be something else entirely. And I even now I'm still kind of like sure, like every Godzilla iteration, like there's almost set into a different thing now. Anybody that's watching this is not a prequel or like anything that's going on with the MonsterVerse stuff right now. The Warner Brothers stuff they got going on. So the King Kong, any of that stuff they got going on. This is no connection to that whatsoever. This is straight up just Japanese tokusatsu with an incredibly good VFX team who absolutely killed it. So let me just break down some of the specifics of the movie for you, right? So the description: post-war Japan at its lowest point when a new crisis emerges in the form of a giant monster baptized in the horrific power of the atomic bomb. So we all know the origin story of Godzilla. I think this movie does the one thing that people complain about when it comes to these monster movies is they talk about the human aspect of those movies. I think this does a really good job, seeing as how the movie is specifically through the viewpoint and like of one specific character in the movie. Let me make sure I get the name right. Koichi Shikishi. We're pretty much guided through his lens through the majority of the movie. So everything that's going on in the war, the Japan, the war that they got going on, we see the horrifics of what war can cause, what it does to people. And with all that going on, here comes Godzilla just making the situation worse. The movie's like 2 hours 20, maybe like 2:10 or something like that. And when I tell you it floats by, like it absolutely does not feel like you're watching a 2 hour plus movie. Everything's just building. Everything's building until you get Godzilla on screen. And then it just goes completely left. Everybody that, like I said, I don't know really a lot of the Japanese actors here, but everybody that was in this did an incredible job. I mean, the acting, man, I could feel it. English, Japanese, whatever. You could. The act is good. The act is good. You tell, regardless of the language barrier, like when you can feel the emotion and the actor's performance, and you could definitely feel it here. Again, I was expecting a Godzilla movie. I was expecting like this to be a Godzilla movie where it's just battle, XYZ. Not at all. I feel like this was a more of a movie to see kind of humanity's reaction, to see how people are when times get tough, to see how people kind of cope together and help each other out in tough times. This is a really great movie that really, really shows that. And I've talked about like some of like the human side of things. This is also directed by Takashi Yamazaki, by the way. Also written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki. Let me see if I can find some. Okay, so we got the fighter pilot, Parasite movie, Ghostbug, Lupin the Third, the last CG. That's the first, which I really like that movie. He directed. That's a big leap from some of this stuff I'm seeing. Some of this is like TV work to get into this. Really curious what the budget is for this movie. Let's see if I can find it here. What's the budget? This movie, this movie's been talked about for a while too. So no budget listed, but I don't know how much. I mean, I would love to see the behind the scenes, like with the money, how much they use, like because I mean, they definitely spent it on the CGI. I mean, because I mean, the movie, I feel like the movie is minimal. Like, it's not a lot going on, but like they definitely make it count where it needs to count. But yeah, let's talk about Godzilla. This is this. So if you guys probably seen, what was the last Godzilla thing they just said? Man, what is Shin Godzilla? So I watched that recently, and that was another semi like origin story for Godzilla, and I think they kind of change up some aspects of what Godzilla is there. This is probably one of the best, hands down, one of the best Godzillas I think they've done yet. I mean, this is crazy. As soon as Godzilla comes on scene, the music starts playing. You're like, oh man, it's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It looks good. This Godzilla, I mean, I don't want to use he feels, I want to say like villainous, like he's a freaking menace in this movie. Like he's absolutely thrashing everything. He destroy you on sight. I mean, we get Godzilla on land, we get Godzilla in water. We get different, you know, whatever's a Godzilla here, but they do a really good job of showing just the terror, the weight of how heavy he is. When he's walking, everything moves. I feel like, I mean, they just got the scaling right. I mean, it doesn't look ridiculous where like everybody is like looking up to like this miniature figure. No, the scaling just looks completely good in this movie. And like I said, I mean, just giant, you know, it always takes a giant monster to bring humanity together, to bring people together, to say, you know what we got going on right now, it's not that serious. Let's focus in on this. Man, this movie gets so many things right. The Godzilla himself, like I said, I mean, from we see the atomic breath. Oh my God, chef's kiss. They just absolutely nailed it. And I mean, talk about bodies. This movie has bodies. I don't, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to tell you what's going on. I just want to say that I hope we get more of these movies, necessarily Godzilla, but like other like monster movies like this as well. I mean, Godzilla's been eating good like the last couple years, man. I mean, he got the beat on King Kong. You know, we've gotten some cartoons. Godzilla's been eating good. We got Monarch right now on Apple TV. I mean, again, if you're a kaiju fan, this is a good time to be eating, man. And Godzilla Minus One is absolutely worth the trip to the movies. This is an IMAX trip. Now, I saw this in XD, which is basically the same thing, whatever. I saw this, you know, basically IMAX XD. And like I said, the music, everything was on point. I feel like, I mean, the sound, like I said, I felt like Godzilla was in the movie theater with me. That's how good the sound was. You know, how when I say weight, how you could feel like the weight of the situation. But it was tense, man. You didn't know, you know, how it was going to go down. It's an emotional film. You know, it's just overall a really good movie. Like if you take the monster element out of, element out of this, would it still be good? I would say so, because I think it stands on its own without it. But it's just a really good movie. I mean, and if you're not a Godzilla fan, I would still recommend you go see this. This is worth the watch. Like I said, it feels minimal. Like, it's still a lot going on, but a lot of it feels like, man, they did a really good job putting the money where it needed to be. But like I said, I loved it. This is a Blu-ray, 4K, 8K, whatever the next format is going to be. Buy for me. This is a home release. This is something that needs to be on my shelf. I don't think they're going to do an English dub of this, because as far as I know, all of the theaters that I've seen have been Japanese spoken, so they let you know that you're going to be reading. Which, in my theater, I had kids in there, which I'm sure they were like 6 or 7, and they were getting through it just fine. They were in it. They were ready for some Godzilla. I had a full theater, got some crowd reaction. It was just a really good time. Like I said, the movie is emotional, got a little bit teary at times, but it is 100% worth the ride, man. One of the best movies hands down that I've seen this year. And I'm not saying that because I love the genre. It's just overall really freaking good movie, and I loved it. So if you get a chance, check out Godzilla Minus One. in theaters now. I believe it is limited theater, so I'm not sure how many places got it where you are, but please put this on your list. This is 100% worth the watch. Don't do yourself a favor and go see this movie right now. But yeah, Godzilla Minus One, 10 out of 10 for me. I usually don't give out numbers. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a Blu-ray buy. This is a home release, whatever format. I want the soundtrack just for the Godzilla music alone. I might make that like a ringtone, but I'm sorry, my Call of Duty doesn't believe ringtones anymore. But check it out, Godzilla Minus One. Leave me a comment if you've seen the movie. Let me know what you thought about it. Which where you see this going. How much you enjoyed it. Did you get a poster? Let me know how your theater treated you. Just talk in the comments. But like I said, like, subscribe, check out. I got more reviews coming for you. And let me know what you guys want to talk about or what you want to see next, and I'll make sure I get it for you. So on this note, Godzilla Minus One, Terrell here for the best review you probably watched, and I'll see you guys next time.